I just did a first run through, and in fact I forgot to go live, so let me get into it. So let me share my Figma file. So today I'm going to explain you what I'm building with Blooom today. So I will show you my process, the way I organize my thinking as a designer, and how I build the different elements that are live today in the brand. So if you go on live on Blooom today, so I've created a website, and today it's a very light version because I want to focus more on the content and not on the website. So I will be using Instagram and other free platforms, as well as SuperGui, to share my knowledge. So today I want just to share what are Blooom today and how I build a brand. So Blooom today is a platform for creative or designer who want to uplift their design skill. And also because I'm building this platform, so I'm going to use it to show you how I use to create some content and how I repurpose the content I've created from one platform to another. So we are going to cover from the beginning how I've created Blooom today from scratch. I decided to go with Blooom, so it's Blooom with 3 O, not 2. And I decided, because the .com was taken, so I decided to go with Bloom.today. So I think it's interesting because the concept is about growing your skill as a creative, as a digital creative, and involve as a creative person. So first, I've set up some mood board. So I really simplify because I did some research and I was interested by this look and feel. I love the shape, I love the color, but I really wanted to emphasize on this shape. And on this other visual, I really love the color palette. So I decided to bring some of them and test it on making some variation about it. So after I decided on the very simplified mood board, and I set up my color palette. So everything, all the color palette are not here, but all the color palette, as you can see here, are into the colors style. So I added them, and so it'll make my brand will be more consistent because I'm going to limit myself to this color. The other step I took after it was to set up logotype. So it may take some time to find the right one. So I started with a mark, and later I used a B, and I went to use Blooom today. And I just now using this simplified logotype. I use a different fonts. Because it's my logotype though, here I just I think I use drunk text white to do that, and I also play with a 3O because into the name. So I'm going with this version today, but as you can see, the logotype evolve over the last few weeks. So I also decided to use some graphics. So I have more, but I will need to bring them here. But at least if you a starting point when you create a brand, it's nice to use some nice graphics that you can reuse into your different assets. So after that, I decided to create some very simplified look and feel style sheets, I will say. So I bring my logotype. So first I was thinking to use my name, but later I switched it to Blooom today. But it doesn't matter. I wanted to show you what it could look like when you create some imagery, add the color on the side, give a name to your color with a color reference, and decide about what kind of font you are going to use: the button, the label, the title, and the body. So for this one, it's very dynamic, very light color, and very abstract and colorful picture. On this one, it's a bit dark mood, and the color follows that as well. I still keep the same, almost the same font, but they are very similar, but in fact they are different. But if you are interested, you can have a look at this. So this one is available on Creative Market. This one I'm not sure, you will have to do, and I think this IBM is available on Google. You will have to do some research because I don't know where I purchased this one. This other version, it's a more modern, so I use Ne has context font here for the title, and it seems to sell IBM and highlighted the text with some tan enigma. So here you have a different color palette, different, bit less warmer. Instead of this purple lavender, I'm using a blue. And for the last version, I wanted to go with something a bit different, a bit more less obvious, so I use this dark green as a primary color. And so after I did this different mini look and feel style sheet, I decided to apply this different color palette and style sheet to a website. So first I was thinking to use Squarespace, but for now I'm moving away from Squarespace because I don't need a website. I'm creating some content, so I will use some platform like SuperGui today to create the content, and I will repurpose later, and I'm limiting myself to Instagram for now. So I want to show you here how I build a website. So the structure of the website is the same for each, but I can explain you what you need to do to have on your website. So inside you have logotype, the nav, a mission statement of what you're doing with your business. Here, what is your target audience? Who is it for? Here, it's different content that you can bring to your audience. So my plan is to do some mini class, some workshops. I have also a podcast that if you're interested, I can teach you how to create one. It's really easy now to do that. Also, direct access to all my freebies. So here is a quick bio in few lines of who I am. And here also you have a newsletter because it's interesting to build your audience as soon as you create your own business. So this content, is the same. I just change the font because based on the style guides that I have above. So as you can see, this version is a bit different. And this one, it's a bit more simplified, more abstract, based on the font and the use of less color, but more black and white and photography. And this one is more colorful and bold because it's more a dark theme using this green background. So it's a more strong signature as well. So because I was interested to make it a bit different, what you see right now, and differentiate myself from other platforms, I decided to go with this dark green. So I created different assets for Instagram because I was going to use this platform to build a brand and bring awareness about Blooom. So I created different elements, the logo type, the title, photography, the tagline. So I did pretty quickly. I created some frisbee because you want to make your the audience aware of your brand. So I explained what Blooom was all about. So I have 3 frisbee right now. So I'm going to also show you the frisbee a bit later, but let's talk about Instagram because I'm using this platform to bring awareness about Blooom. So I set up a bit a plan of the content I wanted to share on this platform. So first I started with a brand reveal. So you explain what your brand is all about. You write a text about who you want to help and what is the mission of your brand. And here is a visual to illustrate what your brand is all about. So after that, I will mix match the content to make it more interesting and bring different content to my audience. So some photo of myself with my biography, some carousels that I will show you later. Here also you can create some reel with some tips and also explain your services, bring some quotes or bring more detail about your services, create some carousel, some photo of you or reel about yourself, and here some behind the scene reel. So what this looks like when you brainstorm about the content you want to share and alternate the content to make it interesting. So here you have, as I say, the brand reveal, some photo myself with my biography, some simple graphic about some freebie that I'm sharing, also some way to take some picture of portrait of yourself with little to no budget. And here also I bring some tips to creative, and also another way, other tips here. So you can really mix and match your content. And so I think it's interesting to do that. So here I'm going to show you I created the free bee. So the frisbee, I set up some cover for all my frisbee, as you can see, using the brand color and using also the same typography and just changing the imagery inside the graphic. So you bring more cohesiveness to your brand. So we'll go vertically to read about the content. So for the first one, I'm sharing some color palettes that creative can use for their project. So I give a name to my color palette, and here you put together the color palette related to this theme. And you go down, and you can also give the reference of the color so people can use for their own project. And they obviously can change if they desire. And so there's that. For this one, as you can see, I go with a bold cover, and the content is using more white, but to focus more on the content, the values that I want to bring for my user and my audience. So in this one, explaining some tips that it's interesting and fundamental when you start your creative business. So we go from a newsletter to website. So I give my link, or either my affiliate link or just the regular link where people can set up their own platform. So, and the last slide is a thank you, and I bring back the audience to my Instagram account. So as you know or may not know, when you are on Figma, you can select one slide or multiple, and you can directly export in various formats. So if you go for a G, you export either in PNG or JPEG. If you create a PDF, document that you want to give for free to your audience, you can export as a PDF, and people will get the link that you inserted in your presentation. So that's why I love Figma, because you can do everything in one platform. And the last one, still using the color palette, but with some variation from the other. And it's a more longer deck on this one, but with a number on each page, people can get more value and stay organized. So because I've created this frisbee, now I'm able to make some variation about this content, repurpose the content I've shared with my audience. So I created some content for Instagram. So I want to present it as a slide. So I just keep it simple to read with big title. And the last slide that bring either to my Instagram or my website. And the same here. So there is no link on this image, but you can tell your audience to subscribe to their newsletter, and they will get more detail on the link directly to the content. And the same here, it's really repurposing the content you created for your PDF as bringing value for your audience on Instagram. So another thing that it's interesting that I recommend is to create some graphic for your stories. So you can go with live with some small video of yourself here, and you can change the slide behind you in the background. So it makes the content very interactive, and people will connect more and watch your live and video more often, because they can see yourself and they can see you explaining in real time. So I recommend this way. You can go on my Instagram and see what I'm talking about and how make it more interesting and more interactive. So this is my process about how I created Blooom today, from mood boarding, color palette setup, logotype creation, brainstorming about some graphics that you can reuse across your website, your different social media assets that will bring cohesiveness to your brand. And so I just wanted to share that with you today. So I give you some clue how I'm working and how you can do the same for your business. So hope it was helpful. So it was not a very technical, much in-depth demonstration of Figma, but really walking through my creative process. But hope it was helpful, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you.